Welcome back programmers in the second video of Django REST framework series. In this video, we are going to set up our project for Django REST framework API creation, and we are gonna learn what is JSON and what is JSON for Django REST framework. So let's begin. Now please use Django REST framework.org as a reference because you will learn a lots of things from documentation. Then create a Django project, install Django framework using pip install Django framework. So as you can see, this is my Django project. I named it REST API project. I already got the main API app, but we are going to create another app for our Django project. So let's create an student data API. With the use of this API, you can fetch all of the student data, and for that let's create an app named student data. So as you can see, I am just creating app python main.py start app student data app. So this is my app student data app. Now in the main project setting.py, just mention the REST framework in the installed app and mention our newly created app name in here, just like this, and that is it. That's how we can use our REST framework in our Django project. Now in the student data app, we are going to create an model. It means we are going to create some database. Now as you can see, I just created the 5 field in my student data model. The first one is first name, the last one is obviously last name, the next one is age, roll number and pass and fail. Now in the first name and last name, I use the character field and max length equal to 100. In the age, I use the integer field. In the roll number, I again use the integer field. In the pass fail, I use the boolean field. Let's change it to only pass. If pass equal to true, it means obviously pass, and if pass equal to false, it means it's fail. Now let's migrate this thing. Now in the main project, we are going to mention the URLs of this project, and for that let's create an url.py. Now let me quickly show you how API works. Let's say you have a big project like Facebook. So what you can do, you can create the domain like this. As you can see, if you see domain like this, domain / API / whatever data, so it means you will see all of the data related to database, means API data. Or some people choose data like this, api.domain name / data. So you can choose both way, domain name / API / data or api.domain name / data. We are going to choose first one. Now in the main project, just pass the URL of student data app.urls. So let's connect the URL of student data app. Okay, so now we are gonna talk about API's methods. So API can have a multiple methods, or you can say equations, such as create, update, put, delete. Now what we are going to do first, we are going to create a simple URL pattern and a method to just send the JSON request. Django REST use the JSON format to get and post the data. So we are going to create a simple JSON request. So let's do that. I'm going to create a function named student data JSON fun, and name is same, and in the views.py I am going to create that function. But first of all, let's create a data in our admin section. So in the admin, just click on the student data model and create some data. So as you can see, I added few data. Now I can access my JSON format and send the JSON request. And for that, first I am going to import the models. Then what I can do, I can create a dictionary and send the JSON response. And for that, all data, student data model, so student data model.objects.all data equal to. Now just simply return JSON response and send the all data in the dictionary format. So as you can see, that is how you can send the model data in the JSON format. First create a dictionary, data equal to dictionary, then all data equal to list of all datas dot values. And as you can see, we got all of the data. Now how do you know this is the JSON format? So the best way to find the JSON format is that in the JSON format you will see that false and true first alphabet is small, and in the Python dictionary the first alphabet of false and true or a boolean value is capital, and all of the data is available in the double quotation. As you can see, all of the data is available in the double quotation. But if this is the Python dictionary, you will find all of the data is in a single quote. So that's how you can send the JSON data in the front end. Now what did we done in here? First we grab all of the data, then we created a field named data. We created a list and send all of the data's values in a dictionary format. But with the use of the serializers, we can do this faster way and a smarter way. Now let's say we have a data ID 123 and name Python versus Java, JavaScript, the face and fighting with Django, and we have a boolean field true, true and false. Now all of the objects of the data, or you can say model objects, or you can say complex data type, will convert in the Python dictionary, Python native data types through this serialization. It means if you send the data, it means serialization, or if you get the data, it means deserializations. But we are going to use the serializations to send and the get data. So now that you know what is serialization, serialization is nothing but the way to connect the complex data type and Python native data types. And then we convert all of the data render into the JSON format. So this was an easiest example what is JSON and how to send the JSON data. And remember, Django REST used the JSON format. Now this was our main API project, but let's create another app for our API in the student data app. So we can separate all of the code in the API, and for that in here I am going to create another directory named student data API. In here we are going to create a two file, urls.py and views.py. Now remember, this URL is for our main project, or you can say main app, and this URL is for our API. So let's connect student data API into our main REST API project's URLs. And for that, just create a path like this, student data / API in the path, and include just student data app.student data API.urls. Remember, we are connecting this URL which is in the student data API folder, which is in the student data app. This is the sample code. I'm gonna remove this code and create an API code using Django REST. I'm gonna send the JSON data, but this is for example if it's my URL is working or not. That is why I'm sending this type of data for now. So let's try in the URL. As you can see in the student data / API, all of the data is showing. It means our API is perfectly working. In the next video, we are going to use the Django REST and the serialization to do all of this stuff. And we are gonna use the GUI version of the Django REST, graphical user interface. So that is it for today's guys. Now if you like all of this content and if you wanna watch more content, if you don't wanna miss the next video, so just hit on the bell icon now. See you guys in the next video. Till then, just code.